Forecast first, brought to you by Todd Shore's McClarty Ford.
Well, good morning. The rain is gone, but the cold air now returning behind yesterday's cold front. Most of us have dipped into the mid-30s this morning. 37 for Minden and Shreveport. Texarkana at 35 degrees, as well as Marshall, and 38 right now in Natchitoches. One spot at freezing in McCurtain County, Idabel at 32 degrees. So we do have some cloud cover to start out the day. Eventually, the north breeze that's out there this morning and bringing wind chills in the 20s will push some dry air into the region. It will stay a chilly afternoon, though, as we'll top out in the upper 40s and low 50s with that breeze staying with us. Though even this afternoon, still dealing with a bit of a wind chill across the region. We'll talk about slow warming trend as we continue through the week and a warm up as we head into the weekend. That's a check of your Todd Shore's McClarty Ford forecast first. NBC 6 News Today begins right now.
Now, from your community, local news that matters. This is NBC 6 News Today.
Well, coming up, a local lawmaker is asking for the community's input on fighting crime in Shreveport.
And we take a look at the damage left behind after a tornado touches down in Webster Parish. Good morning. Thanks for keeping it local with NBC 6 News Today. I'm Jeanne Francine.
And I'm Brad Cisak. Your safety matters this morning, and earlier this month, outgoing State Representative Barbara Norton announced a new crime initiative in Shreveport.
The first meeting was held last night.
Just trust the law and just watch your street.
Shreveport's chief of police was present along with the city marshal and other elected officials. Representatives from organizations like Goodwill and Crime Stoppers discussed current efforts underway to control crime.
And we put in ideas, we put in suggestions, and we put in a collected effort of all of us working together. Because one thing that I do know is all of the law enforcement cannot do it by themselves.
Community members suggested increased efforts from property standards and additional programming from Caddo schools. Norton says there will be another meeting in January.
Heading now to Hempstead County, where the Arkansas State Crime Lab is working to identify human remains found in a wooded area. The sheriff says some men were checking on their deer feeders Sunday afternoon when they found the remains and a rifle off Highway 174 near Hope. Investigators say it's the same area where 59-year-old Joseph Coward was reported missing back in 2012.
Well, Texas community mourns the loss of two sisters killed in a car crash in front of their high school over the weekend. NBC6's Sydney Simone reports.
Police say Shantae and Adriana Hawkins were riding in the car with their mom when their vehicle collided with a log truck. It happened just after 7 a.m. on Saturday morning in front of Linden Kildare High School.
A driver of a Dodge Charger was attempting to turn left into the school's parking lot into their driveway and was struck by an oncoming truck.
The sisters were taken to two different hospitals where they died. Their mother is in critical condition. The man driving the truck was treated and released. Police say it's unclear what happened in the moments before the collision.
Now, as to conditions of roadway, weather conditions, things of that nature, all of those things will be considered and then will be added into the final report.
The 16-year-olds both played on the girls' basketball team at Linden Kildare High School. The superintendent says the entire school district is devastated by the loss.
It is a blessing in this profession to get to know and love so many children. Our school and community are heartbroken over the loss of these two precious students. We are so grateful for the outpouring of love and support from other districts. We ask that you please continue to pray for the family during this difficult time.
There's a GoFundMe page set up to help with the family's expenses. Sydney Simone, NBC6 News.
And you can find a link to that GoFundMe page on our website, architectshomepage.com.
In Webster Parish, several families are without homes this morning after an EF1 tornado touched down during yesterday's storms. Due to downed trees and power lines, 4 roads were closed off for repairs and cleanup. Sheriff Gary Sexton says his office monitored the storm and tracked its path, allowing them to respond quickly to the destruction.
Thankfully, no injuries reported with all the damage that you can see. We've had 2 homes, 2 permanent structures, homes that were totally destroyed, and we've had this mobile home right here, which you can see behind us is totally destroyed.
Property owners who suffered damage are encouraged to contact the sheriff's office. And here's what it looked like in Bossier Parish after the storms moved through yesterday morning. This video on your screen, courtesy of Bossier deputies. It shows downed trees along Bellevue and near a home and church along Highway 157. No people or property were affected.
Well, the Louisiana National Guard will have a new adjutant general. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards announces Major General Glenn Curtis will be retiring. A change of leadership ceremony is planned for January. Edwards thanked Curtis for his service to the state and personally as well.
I want to thank General Curtis for his distinguished service to our state, to our nation, and personally for his support during my first term as governor. You know as well as I do that it was a very challenging term.
Edwards says Brigadier General Keith Waddell will replace Curtis.
Money matters and millions of dollars in grant funding are awarded to North Louisiana. Public Service Commissioner Foster Campbell says $2.7 million in energy-efficient grants will be awarded. Now the money will be divided between several recipients, including Bossier City, LSU Shreveport, and Southern University Shreveport.
Well, people in Shreveport may be one step closer to receiving refunds for being overcharged on water and sewer bills. City leaders and attorneys met in a closed executive session to discuss 4 class action lawsuits. The city was sued for overbilling commercial and residential water and sewerage customers for nearly 10 years. Courts ruled the city must repay both commercial and residential customers.
Well, NBC6 wants you to recognize remarkable women who have influenced public policy, social progress, and quality of life. Just go to the contest section of ArcLaTexHomepage.com to nominate a remarkable woman in your life. In February, we'll highlight 4 local women who will be considered for the National 2020 Woman of the Year Award by our parent company, Nexstar.
Well, coming up, meteorologist Josh Marcis has a full check of your forecast.
And the latest on recovery efforts after more than 24 tornadoes pummeled through the Deep South. Stay tuned.
And now, your weather authority, Josh Marcis, certified the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.
Well, good morning, everyone. Your time right now, 6:38, and today will be the cold day of the week. We do have a warming trend, slow one, which will kick in tomorrow and kind of accelerate as we go through the weekend. And actually, for Christmas week, looking like we may have some warm temperatures around for quite a few days here. So we get through today's cold weather, and we should enjoy a warming trend that will take us back to near normal here in the upcoming days. But very cold this morning. Texarkana at 35 degrees. degrees, 37 in Shreveport, and really the story today will be that north wind, which is between 10 to 20 miles per hour. I'm sure many of you heard that kind of rattling the windows last night and again this morning. The breeze will stay up, so if you take the temperatures that we currently have, and everybody just kind of lingering here in the low to mid 30s, you factor in the wind speeds that we have between 10 and 20 miles per hour, and you get wind chill temperatures that are in the 20s, so need to be bundled up this morning. Actually feels like it's about 27 degrees in Shreveport and Texarkana, and as cold as 22 in Idabel. Natchitoches feels like 29 at the moment, and we are expecting the winds will stay kind of breezy this morning, come down a little bit this afternoon, but likely stay in that 10 mile per hour range. And of course the winds feeding in behind yesterday's cold front, which has carried the rain well off to the east. The back edge of the cloud cover, you can kind of make it out a little bit, starting to make its way into Red River County, so there will be some sun this morning north of I-30, and everybody else should see some sun late this morning into the afternoon, but we are still working through some cloud cover, but no rain to deal with today, just dry air as that north wind pumps all the dry air into the region. Even with the sun coming back, upper 40s and low 50s today, 50 for Carthage, 48 for Marshall, Jefferson at 49, 47 today in Clarksville, so those numbers coming in about 10 degrees below normal. 51 for Natchitoches and Coshada. Those will actually be the warm spots today. Shreveport Bossier at 50 degrees, and pretty much everybody north of I-20 across Arkansas and Oklahoma in the upper 40s. 48 for Louisville, Texarkana, Nashville, Hope, and Prescott, and Magnolia, and 46 a little bit later today in McCurtain County. So the deal for today, that north wind starts to push the cloud cover out of here. Sunshine comes back. You can see the length of the wind arrows indicating higher wind speeds today, about 10 to 15 miles per hour through the morning and into the early afternoon, but notice the arrows kind of disappear as we head into sunset tonight. So light winds tonight and clear skies across the region, a recipe for a very cold night, and we will definitely see that as lows tonight will bottom out likely in the 20s in most areas, so we are going to see a round of freezing temperatures in all locations tonight. 29 your low for Natchitoches, Shreveport at 30, Marshall at 27, Idabel 25 tonight, and 28 in Texarkana, but the winds will likely be light for the remainder of the week, so we won't have to deal with wind chills, just very cold air temperatures tomorrow morning. And as far as your 7-day forecast, start to warm it up a little bit tomorrow, mid-50s, and back to near normal Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. We do have some raindrops in the forecast Friday, Saturday. A little uncertainty with this system, but it looks like your higher rain chance as of now, maybe south of I-20 across Texas and Louisiana, but still some uncertainty here, so this may change, but it looks like any rain that we have probably would taper off early in the day Saturday. So I think the weekend will be dry for most of us. High temperatures will be back into the 60s this weekend. It looks like the 60-degree temperature is sticking around through Christmas Day, which is just off the 7-day forecast. Let's check up your weather. Let's go ahead and send it back over to Brad.
Thanks, Josh. Let's take a look at the roadways now this morning with our NBC 6 Today traffic alert with Waze. And no major alerts to bring you, just a handful of reports of cars stopped along the major highways and interstates in the Arklatex, including this one here on Louisiana 3132 East in Shreveport near the frontage road area. So if you could just go ahead and use the extra precaution as you're driving through the area this morning. Could just be aware of all your surroundings as you're heading off to work or dropping the kids off to school. Now remember, you can stay up to date on the latest traffic alerts with Waze and throughout the newscast right here on NBC 6.
In more weather-related news now, severe weather in the Deep South as multiple tornadoes tear through Mississippi and Louisiana.
And at least 3 deaths are confirmed. John Lawrence has the latest.
A terrifying sight near Columbia, Mississippi, as a tornado barrels through the community.
Man, it's over the school.
Yeah, that's not good.
Is it coming back this way?
I don't know.
The National Weather Service confirms 18 twisters tore through the state Monday.
When the warning went off through my speakers, it was there. I was in the middle of it. And I was probably about a 10th of a mile north of Colt Lane. I couldn't control the steering. I tried to slow down. A lot of debris. Everything was gray.
In Lee County, officials say about 60 homes and a church were left in tatters. While most of the tornadoes were seen in Mississippi, some also struck Alabama and Louisiana. Authorities in Vernon Parish, Louisiana, confirm at least one storm-related fatality. A 59-year-old woman was killed when her mobile home was destroyed by a tornado. And the coroner's office in Lawrence County, Alabama, confirm a husband and wife also died from a weather-related incident.
You know, when disaster strikes, no matter what the differences are, we all come together and we work together as one.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
International headlines now. At least 9 people are injured after a van crashes into a clothing store in Washington state.
Authorities say a woman was allegedly shoplifting from the Ross store and jumped into a van which sped off. The van circled around, hit a parked car, then slammed into the store. 3 people have critical injuries, including a 2-year-old who was caught underneath the tire of the van.
Everyone was freaking out. Everyone's pulling racks, pulling clothing off racks, like yanking them back, trying as hard as they could to get the baby free.
Now, the driver of the van was arrested for suspicion of driving while impaired by drugs. The woman was arrested on shoplifting charges and another outstanding warrant.
A funeral was held yesterday for one of 3 sailors who was killed in a shooting at a naval air station in Pensacola, Florida earlier this month. Members of the community celebrated the life of Cameron Walters, who lost his life while protecting others as he reportedly ran toward the gunman on the day of the shooting.
Well, coming up, an Arkansas school district is attacking the flu head on.
And see how school leaders are setting an example for the rest of the states.
You're watching NBC 6 News Today.
Topping your medical headlines this morning, a new study shows some of the long-term health effects of e-cigarettes. The study followed 32,000 people over 3 years. It found e-cig use increased the chances of chronic lung disease like asthma and bronchitis by 30%. The study also found many smokers who tried e-cigs ended up using the pens as well as regular cigarettes. A doctor with the Arkansas Center for Health Improvement says more than 2,400 people across the country have gotten sick while using e-cigarettes. 52 have died.
Our Arkansas General Assembly needs to add e-cigarettes to the Clean Indoor Air Bill, needs to tax e-cigarettes just like tobacco products, and needs to actually disallow advertising and so forth in and around schools. The General Assembly prohibited local mayors, local town chambers of commerce from taking action locally. It has to be done at the state capitol, and it needs to be done soon.
27% of high school students nationwide use e-cigs. And according to the Centers for Disease Control, at least 1,300 Americans have died from the flu this year. These numbers are why an Arkansas school district is attacking the illness head on. Hillary Hunt shows us how they're doing more than just making sure students wash their hands.
Fever spiking.
Clorox wipes a lot.
And germs flying. 10-year-old Anison Kurosaki takes no chances at home with a sick sister or at school.
I wash my hands a lot and I cough into my elbow.
This recent map put out by the CDC shows Arkansas in the high zone for the flu.
Bleach my office all the time.
So Benton School District lead nurse Cheryl Watson has put a flu prevention plan in place.
With about a 50% rate of coverage on flu shots, it helps the district not get the flu.
Besides the district's flu shot clinic,
I'm taking care of my babies.
These air purifiers are found in almost every school nurse's office. Classrooms now required to be stocked with these. Each desk must be wiped down and sanitizer at just about every corner.
Use it constantly, especially if they blow their nose, use a Kleenex.
The district going a step further, saying anyone with a fever of 100 or higher should be fever-free for 24 hours before returning to school. Extra steps, Watson says, are working.
I called several of them today to just see if they were seeing more flu than I was, but nobody has really had more than about 5 cases of the flu yet.
And for Anison, her flu fighting starts at home with one simple step.
You have to do that a lot or else you'll spread germs.
That was Hillary Hunt reporting there. Now, Nurse Watson went on to say the district's biggest concern is kids getting sick and returning after Christmas break. So they encourage parents during the break to wipe down backpacks, lunch boxes, and wash all winter coats, gloves, and scarves their kids wear from and to school. Josh is back with a final check of the forecast after the break. Stay tuned.
watching NBC6 News Today.
Welcome back. It's the most festive time of the year, but it's also the most wasteful. Americans throw away about 25% more trash between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve.
Experts say making small, sustainable choices when it comes to gifting and decorating can have a big impact to protect the environment for many holidays to come.
Number one, go with eco-friendly gifts that are long-lasting or can be reused or recycled, and gift certificates to local museums, concerts, restaurants, or theaters. You can also go the homemade route, which can also save you some money.
For example, doing the natural body scrub, the only things you'll need is like olive oil, salt, and coconut oil, and maybe some essential oils.
And most people already have this at home. If you don't have Himalayan salt, you can use regular sugar or regular salt.
Now, number two, ditch the wrapping paper. Opt for alternatives like scarves, magazines, newspapers, maps, or posters. According to the CDC, if every American family wrapped just 3 presents in reused materials, it would save enough paper to cover 45,000 football fields.
And number 3, when it comes to decor, get rid of the tinsel and plastic. Instead, use natural items like evergreens, berries, flowers, and twigs to make some ornaments.
Now, I will say I'm all for re-gifting bags. If I get a nice bag, the prior Christmas, and it's in good use, you might receive your gift in that same bag the next year.
That's it. You guys are getting fruit baskets, but no baskets.
Just fruit.
Just the reusable bag.
But for me, actually wrapping the gifts, it's a part, I don't know, it shows that I went the extra mile.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of decorating the tree, I mean, at least I know, like in my family, we reuse all the ornaments. We have a fake tree that gets reused as well. So we don't use tinsel. We've never really been a tinsel family. But in terms of that stuff, it's, I guess, recyclable. We keep using it every single year.
Never even thought about it. Yeah.
Did your parents use y'all's ornaments that you all made when you were in first grade with the handprint on it and all that?
I think they still have them. I don't know if they're up on the tree still.
Mine are. It's crazy.
Mine too. Yeah.
Well, time now to expand our coverage and take a look at the stories we're following in today's Look Ahead.
In Washington, the House Rules Committee will meet today to consider the articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. This is the last step before the full House can vote on the articles of impeachment, and that could happen as early as Wednesday.
Texas High is holding a signing day today in their multi-purpose facility at 9 this morning. Michael Sorosky is signing to play baseball at Texas A&M Texarkana, and Owen Likens will be joining Texas Tech Red Raiders to run track and cross country.
As always, you can visit our website, arclatexhomepage.com, to see the stories that we're following and help plan out your day ahead.
Yeah, very cold morning, temperatures in the mid-30s and breezy north wind that will be with us for much of the day, and you can still have some cloud cover. The rain is long gone, well off to the east, so we'll deal with some clouds for a few hours. Eventually, sunshine returns today. Won't warm us up much. That north wind hard to overcome, as we'll see highs in the upper 40s and low 50s, but a warming trend will kick in tomorrow. We'll see near normal temperatures, mid to upper 50s for the remainder of the week.
Bundle up today, and thanks for keeping it local with NBC6 News Today.
Stick around. Today's show is next.
Go to arclatexhomepage.com to find out more about weather rate and why your